Second half?
After the All-Star break, after the All-Star break, what are some things that you do personally to recharge to get ready for that part of the season?
It's a very personal question. I got away like a lot of our folks did, and it's when you do this long enough, you kind of just get geared up and stay pretty geared up. I do at least. I like the break. The break's been coming a little later each year, which I think it causes some challenges. But I think the whole league needed it, and so here we go.
Rick, what are your thoughts on the league contemplating dropping the age limit for kids to get drafted from 19 to 18?
Well, I'm sure that they've done their homework and research on the reasons to do it, and so I have a lot of faith that what they're proposing is the thing that's the best thing. I don't have a lot of knowledge of all the things that have caused this debate, but it sounds like this is the right way to go. But I don't know. I don't know what all the provisions will be, and if there are some safeguards if guys don't get drafted and things like that. I don't know any of that.
Do you know the reason why they switched it? Because they used to let high school kids in before.
I'd be guessing. There were a lot of kids that declared and didn't get drafted. But then the one and done has facilitated a lot of other challenges. So, but I'm not an expert on it, and I don't want to get into a thing where, I'm giving some opinion that people should listen to. These kinds of decisions need to be in the hands of well-versed and very prepared people like Adam Silver and Michelle Roberts. They're the ones to deal with it, and the people in the hierarchy of the Players Association and the league office. We're slugging through this, trying to win some games. So
that Luka is listed as questionable. Do you know if he's playing?
He's out. He's out. He's day-to-day, not serious. Some ankle soreness. So he's gonna do some shooting tonight and stuff like that. Not serious, but he won't play tonight. Day-to-day.
Okay. Is it something that?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Has anybody else picked up any injuries, or is anybody else healthy besides him?
Everybody else is available. Yeah, tonight. Yeah.
What do you want to see from Luka in the last 25 games? Or whatever many is he's obviously done so much already. Is there something specific or specific things or singular thing that you'd like to see from him as the season?
Well, the obvious thing to me is to, and I've talked to him at length about this, is to prepare him for a leadership role and to carry a load, and to understand the challenges of having to be a producer, a facilitator, and a leader. And there's a lot there for a 19-year-old professional. He's shown the capacity and the ability to do those things. But since the trade, it's really ramped up his level of responsibility even more. And so this, it won't be 25 games for him because he's not playing tonight. But everything is going to have a purpose down the stretch of the season. It's a hard schedule, and we're a little depleted because KP's not playing yet, and we certainly are going to want to do some things this summer. But with the guys that we have, we got to find out what they're all about, and in terms of Luka's situation, prepare him for what this is all about.
Do you think it was beneficial for him to come into the league come into a locker room with Wes Matthews and Harrison Barnes, and obviously still with Dirk here, is what we were talking about, establishing a leadership role for him, seeing those guys and how they operated in that role?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's played on teams with great veteran players internationally too. He's played several years, I believe, with Dragic on the Slovenian national team. Dragic is an experienced, all-star NBA player who's, I'm certain, had a great influence on him too. So, it's, with the kind of year that he's had and the excitement that he's generated, it ramps up levels of expectation. But we need to be geared toward development of the team for this period of games. He's going to score points. He's going to do some really great things statistically. But it's about a lot more than that. This last 24, 25 games is going to be about becoming one of those guys that can really lead a franchise along with KP.
Nuggets are second in assists per game, 6th in passes per game. I think, just what do you think of the way this team is able to move the ball?
Very impressive. Mike Malone's done an amazing job there over 4 years, and when he went there, it didn't look like a great situation. And they've drafted well. Their player development has been excellent. They've had to make some tough decisions, which have been good decisions. And right now they've got a loaded roster of young talent, and he's managed the situation extremely well. Are they still first in the West? They're second. They're right there, though. I don't think anybody was expecting that to this point. So they do a lot of great things, and their big men have some really unique abilities. All three of those guys, Plumlee, Millsap, along with Jokic, they all move well. They pass it. They can put it on the floor. They can finish. They're playmakers as well as being really good players and great rebounders. And I think their rebounding is one of the things that's a really underrated aspect of how good a team they've become, at least to, fans and people that aren't studying the stats the way opposing teams like us are. They've done great.
Rick, you mentioned that it was unexpected.
Huh?
You mentioned it was unexpected a moment ago, their ascendancy to being.
Well,
second in the West.
I don't think anybody would have predicted Mike coaching the All-Star game
Yeah.
coming into the season. I mean, I know Mike's a hell of a coach, and I knew that they were going to be better, but to be first for a really significant chunk of the season in the West, without how tough the West has been, is really a nod to the job that he's done.
What kind of comment is it, Rick, on the coaching profession in general? Guys like Mike and Brett Brown and a few others that went through some lean years now are reaping the benefits of ownership, showing some patience, and then the results of hard work, obviously.
Yeah, it's great to see, and the pattern in the last few years has been that ownership across the league understands the importance of coaching and continuity, and so a lot of these franchises have stayed the course, and we're going through a difficult 3 years here, and we've got to stay the course. We've got to keep getting our guys better. We got to keep making it a little better each day and getting our guys a little better each day. And we got big decisions to make in the off season. But you know, we've just got a really terrific collection of guys that are coaching in this league. And it's not just head coaches, assistants as well. It's just real quality from top to bottom.